Oh, don't mind me. I'm just reenacting all the missed tackles from Saturday's game. There was one play where Michigan had 3 missed tackles. 3. Oh, man. There were just some ugly things on Saturday, but just like what Jay said on YouTube, the Michigan Wolverines are still 4-0. Thanks, Jay, for that comment. And yes, with that 34-27 victory, Michigan remains undefeated. Michigan's game against Maryland Saturday was a true test for the defense, and they passed, but barely. When it's a 7-point win at the end of the game, if a few things fall different ways, things could have turned out rather different. The game was close at the half, but Michigan took control in the second half, but they weren't able to quite put it away as Maryland did close within 7 points at the end of the game. And talking about the end of the game, let's talk about that last touchdown drive by Maryland. That drive within itself looked really bad for the Michigan defense. They allowed a conversion for 4th and 13, a conversion for 3rd and 21, and a conversion for 4th and 12 on that last touchdown drive. You know for sure that that is going to be one of the drives that they are going to be looking at very closely when watching the film for the game. The Michigan defense has still been handling the passing game rather well, but to me, there are 3 areas of the defense that stand out the most that have the most room for improvement. Those are the rush defense, the pass rush, and also the ability to create tackles for loss. That's just not something that they've been doing a whole lot this year. If I had my choice between those 3 for picking one that we could see the most advancement for, it would be the pass rush, because Tagovailoa was able to convert several times when he was given plenty of time in the pocket. Now, there are several quarterbacks on Michigan's upcoming schedule that will do more damage than Tagovailoa did if they're given the same amount of time. Probably one of the best elements, if not the best, to take away for the defense on Saturday was their ability to snatch some interceptions. Credit to Turner and Moton for those plays, but also Mozzie Smith had himself a day with 8 tackles and 4 pressures. McCarthy kind of showed his humanity in this past weekend's game as he did miss some wide open receivers, which was a little uncharacteristic for him. But honestly, he was playing at such a high level, it's not too surprising for that to happen, and it's of no concern really at this point. He threw for 220 yards on Saturday, and actually that is the 3rd game in a row that he has had over 200 passing yards. The last time a Michigan quarterback had 3 games of over 200 passing yards was back in 2020 when we had a quarterback named Milton. And interestingly enough, 2 of those 3 games were losses. McCarthy did finish going 18 for 26 with 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was actually his first pass of the day, going to the tight end Schoonmaker. And talking about the tight ends, it was great to see them get more involved in Saturday's game. Schoonmaker and Bredesen combined for 9 catches and 87 yards with 1 touchdown. Now, for 2 weeks in a row, we're talking about Blake Corum and his amazing numbers. Last week, it was 5 touchdowns. This week, it was 243 yards with 2 touchdowns. The last time a Michigan running back had over 200 yards was back in 2017 in the 33-10 victory against Minnesota. That was back when Michigan's starting quarterback was Brandon Peters. Oh, and credit where credit is due, Blake Corum has also stepped up and done a great job with his pass protection blocking. Now, one concern that did come up Saturday about the depth at the running back position. You have Corum and Edwards, but once you get past that, the other running backs didn't seem to fare too well in Saturday's game. Now, it was 1 game, it was 1 fumble, so there's still plenty to see, but it will be interesting to see how those younger running backs fare against the tougher competition, and now that we're in Big Ten football play. And then on a sad note for the day, a streak came to an end. Michigan's kicker Moody was in second for the longest active streak of consecutive made field goals, but that came to an end when he went 2 for 3 for the day. Ironically enough, the player that has the longest streak was on the opposing team. Now, 1 missed field goal is of no concern to me for Moody. He has been a rock for this team, and he is my full vote of confidence. Now, I will say that his streak coming to an end might hurt his Heisman odds. So that was it. Michigan has started Big Ten conference play, and they remain undefeated. Maryland was a true test for the defense, But next week's game against Iowa is definitely going to be a test for the offense as they head for their first road game against a very good Iowa defense to play them at noon this coming Saturday. So join us later this week as we're going to have our preview episode. And until then, go Blue.